a game called Mutorere. And this can be played in many ways. It's a game of strategy, using strategy and I suppose in relation to Te Whare Tapa Whā, your hinengaro. So it's about creating and formulating a plan to win. If I could describe it or compare it to a modern game or a mainstream game, it's a little bit like Māori checkers. And so the idea is to trick your opponent, again, to create a strategy. All of these things are reflective of our ancestral bodies of knowledge, where strategy was hugely important, in particularly times of war, where a strategy would need to be formulated, obviously, to win the war. In this game, it's being reflected as we need to create a strategy just to win the game.
I think the significance of Māori games and being able to learn it as a Māori person is cool because not much young people know a lot about our culture, and it's just teaching us to be more aware of it and be more know it more.
Back in the days, they didn't have devices, they didn't have phones, they didn't have social media, so that's the way they entertained themselves, and that was kind of the enjoyment. And it's good to kind of go back on our culture and go back on our roots to see how our ancestors used to play.
A lot of old bodies of knowledge were passed down through the generations through things like, in particular, traditional Māori games. So not only is it an activity for fun, pleasure, and to be physically active, but it's also a history lesson, an educational piece where they can learn a little bit about the game itself, where the game stems from, and some of the lessons that sit within the game itself, like whanaungatanga and relationship building, like manakitanga, which is that deep understanding of care for each other. And all of these things are captured within a lot of our games.
Okay,